Hello, and welcome to Every Day is Funny. Monday, May 13th. And to start off today, I believe I'm on the heels of a hot scoop, if I'm not mistaken. Let me explain. Yesterday, I read through, as I do every day, a comic strip of Rex Morgan, MD. And as I did that, I noticed that we had really advanced in time. The day prior, the daughter was still upset about the dog, and her mom tried to give her chocolate in her room. And then the next day, we jumped to a morning walk with the dog. And for those unfamiliar with Rex Morgan, MD, that kind of time jump doesn't seem to happen ever. And I was very taken aback and surprised. Both. But then I noticed something after I released that episode. Every day I go to Rex Morgan's page on comicskingdom.com and I hit read latest. And it brings me to the newest episode. But what I noticed after I published is I went back and looked at the link for that episode. It says the comic was for Sunday, May 19th, which is not until this next Sunday. So what am I saying, you might ask? Well, it appears that Rex Morgan, MD and Comics Kingdom are releasing strips, a week in advance, so that you read the latest on Comics Kingdom. And I'm looking at it right now, I'm not reading the comic, but the latest says Monday, May 20th. So that's why there was this insane jump, because on Saturday, I read the correct date, Saturday, May 11th. But yesterday, the link was screwed up and sent me all the way to Sunday, May 19th. So we've missed many moments in between. So this is unprecedented in Every Day is Funny. I really want to get to the bottom of what's going on here, because I had assumed they didn't have the comics that far in advance. I thought the comics, and this is a naive newspaper comic aficionado, I am no expert, but I had assumed that they were like writing them the day of or the night before and releasing them. And now I come to learn that this is all fake. They have them well in advance. Who knows how long they have these things saved up for. I feel like Woodward and Bernstein uncovering Watergate here. This feels like it might be as big of a deal as what I'm saying as Watergate. Now, I'm gonna send an email and get to the bottom of this. Nothing harsh. I don't want to be thrown out of ye olde Comics Kingdom. But I'm very puzzled here that I can still do it this morning. Nobody's caught this seeming mix-up or flub. And you can just access a week's worth of comics. I can see into the future right now. When I read that comic yesterday, I thought I was reading the events of the Rex Morgan family from that very day. Little did I know, I was taking a gander into later May. The Rex Morgan family might have gone through U.S. history that we have no idea what to expect. So I don't know what to believe right now. To be frank, I'm a little shell-shocked. I'll keep you posted on what I hear. I will still read Rex Morgan today, because I do not think this issue is novel for Rex Morgan. I believe this is a Comics Kingdom problem. And, not a huge deal, or at least to start. Who knows how far this tunnel goes, this web of lies. But when I pay $4 a month. That's right, I pay for Comics Kingdom. Which on the one hand seems very sad. A man still in his 20s paying to read newspaper comics every day. But for the amount of enjoyment I get out of it and the community I've learned to know exists, I think it's worth it. But I'm stumbling on something big. I think I'm blowing up their spot. And I just truly don't know what's going on. My whole world is rattled. So I'll keep you posted. But when I read Rex Morgan today, I will not be reading Monday, May 20th. I'm going to go back to the strip that came after Sarah received a bar of chocolate from her mom. And we'll find out how we got from that strip to Sunday, May 19th, where Sarah is now walking the dog. And I hope you guys don't feel too rattled on this Monday morning. The last thing I want to do is quake you in your boots before you start your work week. I'm not here to quake anyone's boots, rattle anyone's bones. I'm here to do a job, and upon learning this new information, I felt it was my obligation to let you know. So let's start with Rex Morgan, MD. And we're going to take a look at Sunday, May 12th. Rex is sitting with the dogs and his 2 sons on the couch. This is still, remember, when Sarah is in her room with her mom. One son says, "What's Sarah so upset about?" "Kid, you have to know by now. She's made it very clear. This isn't any internal dialogue only. She's been very vocal." Whatever, it's a young kid. Rex says, "She's blaming herself for Candy getting at the brownies." The other son goes, "That wasn't her fault." Even the younger brother is like, "Why is she harping on this?" Then he says, "Candy did that all on her own." Well, let's not make it like it was Candy's fault. All right. Next, in Sarah's room, we have Sarah and her mom. Sarah's mom says, "No one is holding you responsible for Candy having to go to the vet." Sarah says, "I am." The mother says, "Honey, sometimes no matter how careful we are, bad things can happen." It's a little ominous. Sarah says, "But I should have been more careful." Sarah's mom says, "Candy never got on the counter before. I'd have thought the brownies were safe there too." Wow, then we see a shot of the dogs only, in total blackness. Sarah's mom's dialogue. "You've been very responsible with the dogs. We got Candy because you'd been so good with Abby. Feeding her, taking her for walks. You're great with them both." I'm gonna get back to that in a second. Sarah's mom says, "It's just hard sometimes being responsible for them. Especially when they do stupid stuff like eat a whole pan of brownies. I could tell you the story of a 2-year-old girl who climbed on top of the refrigerator when her mom wasn't looking." That's the line we end on? I could tell you the story of a 2-year-old girl who climbed on top of the refrigerator when her mom wasn't looking. Okay. Well, my favorite thing about this strip, when I just laughed, there's something really funny to me with the mom saying, "We got this dog because you were so good with the other dog. You're great with them both." "You're great with them both" is a very funny line to me. Why would she be good with only one? Why would she only be good at handling one dog? This is just the writer and the mom character have run out of things to say. It's like, stop saying you feel guilty. You're great with both dogs. But, this just makes me so, I won't say upset, because this comic strip is amazing and one of the greatest things ever created. But, I got a false sense of elation yesterday, thinking that the author of Rex Morgan MD suddenly had some drive to advance the storyline faster, and it felt like progress was being made. And then I get the crushing blow. Again, probably how the world felt when Watergate happened. That you've kind of been lied to. I won't say lied, but there was a technological fudge. And now I find out I've missed days where we were following the exact same speed of progression. And that's just a lot like a little guy for me to take, this kind of news. But it's a great strip, and it does change the fact, at least we know in a week's time, Sarah won't feel so upset about this. They'll still be talking about it. That will still be kind of the central theme to everything. But she herself won't be saying, I feel guilty about giving the dogs brownies. So that's something to look forward to in the coming days. All right, let's go to Family Circus, shall we? It's been a minute. I played the clip from the movie Go the other day, but I did not even read the Family Circus on that day. So let's take a look at Family Circus. Make sure this is not also giving us strips for a week in advance. It is. Wow, this goes deep. Is nobody at Comics Kingdom paying attention to this? Am I the only one who pays money for this service? All right, I'm gonna go to Family Circus, today's date, Monday, May 13th. All right, we have the daughter of the family talking to the grandma of the family. The daughter says, Megan says she has a great grandmother, but I said I have the greatest grandmother. Is that an old joke, or is that just wholesome? Maybe Timothy Oliphant's character in Go was right about Family Circus. It seems like a second unused idea for Mother's Day that they just carried over to the day after. Mother's Day isn't the kind of holiday where you let the content keep being built around that the next day. You kind of move on, is my belief. Let's take a look at the comments. Bill F. Grandma says, yes, I was Catherine the Great's understudy. There we go. That's like a proper old joke. All right, I'm writing a comment that pretty much matches Bill F's format to a T. It's kind of a sequel joke to his. And so I'm saying, Grandma says, yes, I was the scribe that etched the 10 Commandments into stone. Just a nice little innocent follow-up old joke. Let's close things off with Blondie. Okay, and Blondie is on the proper day, Monday, May 13th. So this is great. All right, Dagwood's boss is walking by his secretary and says, where did Bumstead disappear to? I've been looking for him for half an hour. The secretary says, I saw him go in the bathroom, but I never saw him come out. Dagwood appears and says, wow, Marlene, that new apple pie candle you put in the bathroom smells like it's baking right in an oven. And his boss says, I might have known? What is he saying I might have known in reference to? I might have known you had to spend a lot of time in the bathroom? I might have known that an apple pie candle would elongate your bathroom process? What does this tell us about Dagwood that this boss knows that we don't? I might have known. Maybe just that he's simple-minded? All right, I think I know what I'm going to comment. Okay, I'm going to say a comment from the point of view of the secretary, saying, if you like the apple pie candle, wait until you smell my new lobster bisque incense. Just kind of a funny play on food-based scents and how far they go sometimes. Yeah, I think that's actually really, really funny on my part. Send. Okay. I think it's time to wind down for this Monday, May 13th. Hope you have a wonderful start to your week. I'll keep you posted on my ongoing investigation into Comics Kingdom. And remember, every day is funny.